Hello everyone. To all those who are watching our interview, today we have Mr. Taranjot of the Sachkhand Foundation. Sachkhand Foundation is an NGO that is basically centered in the Delhi NCR region. They have been currently working towards many of the social issues and they have and more about the program that we learn in today's interview. So welcome Mr. Taranjot. It's an honor to be here. I must
Thank
be
you.
telling you about this.
Yeah,
So
thank you.
thank you for agreeing this interview with us. I hope that this interview works with the best of our interest. So tell
Yeah.
me, how did you start?
So I was in college. I graduated from Sri Guru Gobind Singh College of Commerce, Delhi University, in commerce background. So I was in second year when the pandemic hit us, the COVID pandemic. So talking about that, the situation was very difficult for everyone. May it be middle class, lower class, even the upper class suffered a lot. So we were at home, nothing was functional, not even schools, colleges, the necessities, the operations, nothing was functional. So we were regularly seeing videos about people who were suffering, that they were lonely and they needed food. No one was there in their house to prepare foods and necessary meals. So that's how we decided. Me and my family decided that we should help them. Being we were all right then, so we should help them, the people in need. So we started with giving them hygienic meals for lunch and dinner and delivering to the COVID patients at their homes. So that's how we began this service, you say. So we had this service for around 2 months in the second wave of pandemic, and during that, many people joined in. My school, college friends, my school friends joined in. So when the COVID pandemic ended, so we named it Sachkhand Foundation, the initiative. So we were never, specific about starting an NGO or an organization, but it just happened. Nothing was specific, nothing was planned, but it just happened. So that's how Sachkhand Foundation started during second pandemic, by serving meals to COVID patients.
So when we talk about the various challenges that you face as a foundation, what would be the immediate challenge that you face whenever you go out on a campaign?
Immediate challenge, I would say that procuring funds, managing funds for services, like we started with COVID, but after that we have been running many projects in many. We have been targeting many areas. May it be Langar Sewa, may it be healthcare, may it be education, may it be periods, menstruation. So all that stigma, we cover different topics. We cover such topics that other people don't cover and which are necessary to cover. So that's how we try to make things different from others. So the immediate problem we face is to procure funds and manage funds. So that's, I believe, is the major concern we have right now about the funds.
So when we talk about, like you just mentioned about the menstrual health and the menstrual hygiene, now back when we were in seventh or eighth grade, there used to be a class in which boys were supposed to be seated there only and girls used to go to the next room, right? So how do you think about we should be how as your organization will be able to bust the myths that the education system has set in our young minds at a very tender age when we should have been learning about it?
Look, I believe that the curriculum in the classes or colleges are just for one period, or maybe for 1 week, and that's not exactly educational, and that doesn't create an impact in boys' minds. So we wanted to make a significant impact on this topic. So we started an initiative which was known as Aziyat. So in Aziyat, we have a machine through which men can experience period cramps. So what women face every month, we can make them feel, and they can empathize to this topic. If someone is empathizing to this topic, he can understand the pain of women. So empathizing and kindness is very important in this topic. So that's why I believe we struck the right strings on this topic. So apart from that, this is a major event we conduct in different cities and majorly in Delhi every year. It's a major event of ours. So apart from that, we have been working. We have been giving seminars. We have been working on this topic about period leaves. So this is an important topic we'll be covering more, but we have been covering in the past as well that period leaves should be started, not just in MNCs, but in lower segments, small businesses as well. we should normalize period leaves. So this is how, and we regularly conduct pad donation drives and seminars on menstruation awareness sessions, overall awareness campaigns. So this is how we have been covering this segment of the area.
So I hope that we are able to take note of what has been happening in the recent light of menstrual pain and all that. Because whenever, if I go out with my sister and we go out to buy a sanitary pad, they generally give out in as a newspaper. It is wrapped in newspaper. But those who are selling cigarettes, drugs, they are not at all afraid. They are just selling it as raw as it is. So, what do you think upon this hypocrisy, and what is the way ahead for us to evolve as a society?
Look, I'll be pretty honest on this that even if we conduct pad donation drives in various slum areas, we wrap it in newspaper.
Exactly.
Might some might say that it's a taboo which we are not focusing on. We should give it just unwrap the newspaper and give it like guys only. But we have been working on ground level. So what we have seen on ground level in and various slums of Delhi is that even if we give the pads, they'll wrap it in something and then go to their houses because they have a stigma, they have a taboo. So we made sure that we cover it with newspaper because at the end we are in India and we still need many years, around 10 to 15 years to destigmatize this. So we should see their convenience as well and we should see that they are also not ashamed of this. So it will take time, but there will be time in India that we will be able to, create awareness about this.
So, as you have rightly mentioned in your page that you guys have been doing rounds about education. So, what is the current model of education that you guys propose that should be followed in schools, but currently it's not?
Look, we have been running evening schools as well in different parts of Delhi. So we have started that because people are going to government schools, but they are not getting right amount of education or the adequate amount of education. And even if they go to government schools as well, the faculties and everything is not well equipped. So we give them tuitions as well, so that if they don't cover a topic in schools, they can cover in our evening schools. So those who cannot afford fees, so those who cannot afford the fees of tuitions, because every subject has a different criteria and tuitions are important. Everyone takes tuition if they are capable of, but those who are not capable of, they shouldn't be deprived of taking tuitions. So we cover that segment as well of giving free of cost tuitions. Our volunteers rotationally give them tuitions and help them to. And overall, talking about the education system, I believe Delhi has progressed a lot in last 10 years about the education, but it still has to go long.
So, as you rightfully mentioned, we still have to go down a very long way. But very honest opinion that as I have graduated from high school just barely 1 or 2 months ago, I certainly feel that the education that needs to be imparted at the day school is not being imparted in such a right manner that I feel such can be happening in a night school. So, what is the daily curriculum like? What are you teaching them?
Look, I always have believed that if if a child has an interest in business, so he should be taught subjects related to business. Not he shouldn't be
Right over there is the
be getting
powerhouse of
knowledge
India.
of what what Mughals did 300, 400 years
Exactly.
back or 600 years back. So I have been a strong supporter of this thing, but it's all upon CBSE and government itself. They have made changes, but education should be about skill development. They should be learning skills like digital marketing. They should be learning skills like different languages so that these skills can be helped in generating income in future. Because at the end we have to cover the low poverty line and different poverty lines as well. So upper caste, upper level people and lower level people needs to be combined. So this is how we can generate income and we can actually help them in significant impact. So this is what I believe that we should change our curriculum. We should be changing our curriculum, and if I am into business, I shouldn't be learning what Mughals did 300 years back. So we still need time, but yeah, I think this should be happening really soon.
As you circle back your origins towards the COVID story, I must ask you this, but what if 2, 3, 5 years down the line, we still go through the same procedure again and again because it's a pandemic. We don't know how much time back it will turn or something. But
Yeah,
what do you think? There was a certain MP who made a remark that there should be a dignity in death because people's
yeah.
body were being thrown off into rivers or so much catastrophe was happening. So we at
Yeah.
Inspired by Dreams Foundation have taken up this initiative so that the impact on the ground that only one NGO is able to make, it should be maximized. So do you think if those COVID times would is back then, you would be able to circle up with the other of the NGOs and work harder? How will that go?
Look, we cannot predict any calamity.
Exactly.
May it be earthquake, may it be floods. I know floods are something which we
That
have
is
instigated. Yeah, but we cannot predict earthquake. We cannot. We No one could have predicted COVID.
exactly.
No one would have expected that the entire world would come to a stop and we won't be having services. We won't be functional. Nothing would be functional. So we cannot predict any calamity, but NGOs like yours, NGOs like ours, are there on ground to help people in different segments and different cities. So these are the backbone which government also need, and we should consider it as a blessing in disguise that we are able and we have the power to serve people in these calamities. So I believe these NGOs should be connected together. There should be platform where these NGOs should connect and they should serve better, because if I am working and you are working on same cause differently, so the impact won't be that great. But we are, working on the same cause together, so impact would be great because your man force, your volunteers, our volunteers base work together. That would create a better impact. So there's no competition as such in this line. We should consider it as a blessing that we are able. God has made us able to help others. So this is what I believe, that in future as well we'll be collaborating with different NGOs. We are also starting a project by the name of Swayam, which means Swa ka Swachh and Yam ka Yamuna. So Delhi has a very bad health of rivers, especially Yamuna. So we are targeting on that. We'll be conducting major drives. We are targeting different small societies. We are targeting NSS. We are targeting road tracks to collaborate with us, and we can conduct this a major drive to clean the Yamuna riverside of Delhi. So this is how we are starting this project in this month. So I expect every NGO and every association to join us in this initiative so that we can clean Yamuna, and at the end we drink the same water. So this is a major cause of concern. So we should work on this, and everyone should join us.
So, Mr. Taranjot, you had very rightfully said about the Yamuna project, the Swayam project. We wish you very luck for it. Now, in what we have studied is that if Delhi people had taken care of Yamuna, it would have solved all of their problems. But what had happened is that it went to a monopoly, and the health that the people are having right now is catastrophic. Nor do we have land degradation, water pollution. Basically, we have turned our Delhi capital into hell. So, what do you think is the way back? Like gas chambers and all that. So, what do you think is the way back?
Look, yeah. So Delhi is the capital of pollution, I would say. Not the capital of India, but capital of pollution. We have air pollution, we have water pollution, we have soil pollution, we have noise pollution. Everything is there in Delhi. Nothing is such that we are spared in Delhi. But I believe, talking about air pollution, it has been better. What it was way back in 2015, 2016, air quality has significantly improved. It is still bad, it is still very bad, but it has still improved by conscious effort of government, conscious effort of different NGOs. Talking about air pollution, we also conduct a drive. We have a project by the name of Rukh Langar. So we focus on environment there. We distribute around 1 lakh medicinal plants which cure the air, which cure our health as well. We distribute 1 lakh medicinal plants every year, so that we create a significant impact and they can plant it at their homes. So this is how we are tackling air pollution. Talking about river pollution and water pollution, we have started this. As I was telling you before, that we are starting this project this month only. Soil pollution is a significant impact. If we are targeting this things in Delhi, I believe that in 10 to 12 years time we can have a significant impact if everyone, if even you and me and even every single soul can contribute to this cause. Then only we can fight back. Otherwise, government alone cannot do anything.
So very rightfully said that in order to make the change, we need to be the change. Very correctly
Yeah.
said, so very correct, rightfully executed. So what is your immediate plan with the NGO? Like if I talk 1 year later with you, so what do you think your NGO would have accomplished?
Look, we have been starting from year end, starting from 2022 when we started the organization. We always thought that we would cover such topics which other NGOs don't cover and which are necessary to cover in today's time. So we cover menstruation, we cover air pollution, water pollution, we cover healthcare. We regularly conduct drives as well. So we provide ration kits as well. We provide different medicines as well if someone is in need. So we have been covering such sector. So our immediate plan, or I would say our long-term plan, would be to create our own school so that education could be free of cost. And we should impart education, as I mentioned before. We should impart education which is relevant to a person's career. So we are planning to, start a skill development school for children who are underprivileged and also for children who are privileged. So that skill development is such thing that everyone gets. So apart from getting their normal school education, they get skill development so that they can help in their careers as well in future. So this is a immediate or say long-term plan. We have a plan of establishing free of cost a hospital as well. We are in talks with Delhi Sikh Gurdwara Management Committee, which runs the Sikh affairs in Delhi. So we are in constant touch with them. So this was regarding the medical care and pollution as well. So this is and we want to expand pan India. So we would love that through your platform, through your organization, we could everyone could see this interview and they could connect with us and join us from different states, and we can start creating impacts in different states, not just in Delhi. So this should be, and this is our motto and plan for next 1 or 2 years, that we should at least expand to 5 to 6 states and create a significant impact in different states, not just in Delhi.
So that's indeed a very noble plan, and you will have all our support in order to do so. So
Definitely, definitely.
thank you for being there with us for today's interview, sir. This interview has been nothing short of a miracle for me because what I have learned
Thank
today
you
from
so much. It was
what I have learned from you today is going to stay with us and my viewers as well for the rest of whatever they can think of. And I hope we get more volunteers for your such a sweet cause of Swayam. I am personally very much indebted to you for doing such things because for our future generations, I don't see what's mostly left of us. Our previous generations might most of us giving us the best systems, best this, best that, but truth of the matter is they're not giving us the earth in a very best shape, and it's up to us.
yes. At last, I would just like to conclude that the younger generation should take part in social service, not just for social media, but in general, to create an impact and see the consequences what we will be facing in future, or what we have been facing. So not just for social media, but in general they should start creating an empathy towards the society and environment, because आजकल social media पे तो हर कोई कुछ भी डाल देता है. एक plant वो अगर plant करेंगे तो वो एक social media पे डालेंगे कि I plant on World Environment Day. But in general, empathy is very important towards society and environment. तभी हम एक change ला पाएंगे, वरना God knows what will happen.
So thank you for being here with us.
Yeah, thank you.